Hey guys, how's it going? So in today's video, we're going to be doing latte art. We're going to be dressing up as one of my favorite DC characters. Her name is ZATANNA, and I am so freaking hyped. So let me show you everything that I got, and then let's put it on. So the first part of the ZATANNA costume is these white gloves. It literally is so good. Let me just open them for you. Is what it looks like. So there's literally the individual gloves. So we're gonna be opening up this bad boy. So this is what the bow tie looks like. It's like those like clip bow ties, which I think is really cute. And then of course we have our bodysuit. So I bought this like black bodysuit because ZATANNA has like this black little bit like poking out of her tight area. So what the bodysuit looks like right here. We got the gloves, and then of course we have our pea coat. So I'm gonna be putting that on as well. And then we have our top hat, and then with the top hat comes the fishnet stockings, and then from there becomes the t-shirt, this little like button-up t-shirt moment. So let's go ahead and put everything on.
What you need is a tiny moment of true fantasy to remind you what sparks are all about. Lunette test.
Make ourselves some coffee. So we will do iced coffee. No, Benny. We will do iced coffee and we will do a hot coffee. So let's just go ahead and grab our mugs. The most fitting would be this red mug, considering ZATANNA has like a darker lip normally, but I just didn't have a darker lip on me. So we have our ZATANNA outfit. So I figure why not have a day where we make ourselves some iced coffee. So we are going to be doing some latte making, if you will, and whatnot. So let's just go ahead and get started. So we got our ice. We have our, here, let me put on the gloves because I feel like it makes the aesthetic so much better. We have our pumpkin spice creamer. We have our butter pecan southern creamer. We have our Nestle espresso, and let's go ahead and get started. So first things first is one of them is going to be a hot coffee, one of them is going to be a cold coffee, and then we're going to see and compare like which one is better. So let's get our kettle going. So we're literally just popping off the lid right here, and then I'm going to be filling it with some water, so don't mind me being off to the side right now. It's just me in the home. We are going to be doing about this much water, so I'm going to put that on, and that is going to be brewing. You see right here? I don't know if you see the light in it. It's so cool. Anyways, while that is brewing, let's make our iced version. So I'm just gonna take off the gloves just to make the iced coffee part, just because I don't want to ruin them. Cool, but okay, so the first thing we are gonna be doing is popping out our ice. So I'm just gonna be taking the glass and then just kind of filling it. So you want to try and add as many ice cubes as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing that, but you kind of get the gist of it. Anyways, you're going to want about like that much ice. I know it seems crazy, but then we're going to take the iced pecan, where I think we're going to use the limited edition pumpkin spice one for the hot drink. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to open up this container. So now we're gonna take our creamer and kind of put it in the coffee. So I'm gonna do about that much creamer. And then I'm going to be doing the Nestle espresso. So we're gonna take this. I kind of free pour it, but you can do what you want. They say about a spoonful is like a good enough amount. And then after that, I'm just going to be taking one of my straws. I'm thinking about trying a red straw. So we're just gonna go ahead and mix all that together. I think we're gonna need a little bit more of that coffee just to kind of balance it out. And again, heart attacks are for the win over here, you know what I mean? We drink coffee to stay alive, but anyway, it should kind of look like this, your coffee, and that is so good. It is a little on the super sweet side, so if you ever want to dilute your coffee, you can always add in some water. So that's just what I'm gonna do here, just to dilute the flavor a little bit. Now that literally tastes like the iced pecan au latte at Starbucks. That is so good. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend. It's the Delight brand Southern Buttered Pecan Creamer. And then of course, we're gonna be going ahead and doing our hot coffee now, because obviously we're trying both types today. So I'm gonna literally be zoinked off of coffee. Now that this is brewed, we are going to be going in and pouring our hot water. I can't even talk today, that's how much coffee I need. So now that we have the hot water poured into the cup, we are going to be going in and pouring again that coffee. So we're just gonna go ahead and tap it in. Boom. And then the creamer. And then we're just gonna pour that bad boy in. And then again, for the hot coffee, I might not use a straw just because it's hot, but we're gonna be taking a spoon and kind of mixing it all together. And there we have our hot coffee and cold coffee. Personally, I'm more of a cold coffee drinker than a hot coffee drinker, but and you can always add cinnamon and stuff to this too if you want to zhuzh it up a bit, but both are very good. The hot coffee obviously is a little on the watery side, but that's what's meant to happen when it comes to like hot coffee. But this is what they're looking like right now. And again, okay guys, so now that we're situated, we've made our coffee, we have our makeup and outfit on. It is a great day. That being said, I figured why not sit down, have like a chit chat with you guys. Here, let me put you here. Why don't we sit down, have a chit chat with you guys about some horror films that I have seen lately. I literally looked up what is the like weirdest, scariest, like worst rated like horror films, everything like that. Anyway, one of them was called Society. It was made in like 1986. I'll put the director's name and all of that on the screen. And basically, long story short, like this is one of those movies that's like funny, scary, if you will. It's more comical. Essentially it is about this guy who like discovers that his like parents are having like this like, how to say this without getting canceled on YouTube, 3 people that like to hang out together alone in the bedroom. That's what he figured out. So anyway, throughout the like entire film, the guy is trying to like figure out like why they're doing this, like what is the purpose of this, and like whether it's true or not, because one of the people in the movie that like found out about this, that told him about this, like he ended up dying, and we're like, why did you end up dying? You know what I mean? And like nothing made sense in the film. There was really no flow to anything, but the prosthetics, they say, are phenomenal. That part is really funny. And what happens at the end of the movie, like with everyone like, you know, coming together to have this one big entertainment in the bedroom, I'm just like, what the F is happening? And like the son is forced into it, and like all this stuff, and all the props and prosthetics are all like funny and everything like that. But I was just like, what is this movie? And then the other movie I watched was The American Ripper, which I know is rated one of the worst movies ever, and I can see why. Like, I don't know why like it literally looked like it was filmed on like the very first iPhone or like BlackBerry phone, you know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of like filter in the film, and on top of that, the acting is just so bad. Like, it doesn't even, like, it looks like they don't want to be there, like on film. Like, it's that kind of like acting, and like it's just so like I don't know if it was made to be that kind of satire or whatever, but I'm just like, they don't even know how to act. Like, it literally looked like two strangers like pretending to be a couple that didn't really want to be there, you know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those. And then like the development of like the craziness of the character like didn't happen until much later in the film, which is good for like some development, but you have to like make it gradual. Like, it was like going from like 0 to 100, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand that aspect of it. And like, you know, with everything that went on with her and like the way it ended, I was just like, I'm sorry, what? You know what I mean? And I don't get it. So that is the movies that I've seen recently when it comes to like horror films. So that's like my opinion on it. Like, and I'm trying to watch the worst rated horror films to like try and see if I actually really like it. Like, is it underrated type of thing? But this one actually was these two were actually so genuinely like bad for plot, but great for everything else, you know what I mean? So anyways, that is the tea that I gotta spill with you. If you like this kind of content, let me know. I will gladly do more for you. But as the magician she is, she must disappear now.